great. It's Big Gun, Brian Petrie coming weekly Wednesday takes. Not a gamble when I ramble. On my slime balls we parlay. We just stick to the money. The tickets no funny. The chalk boys get in the bag. Nothing to stage, stop in the cage. Needed a chin and he lay on the mat. It's Wednesday takes, making Wednesday great. You'll see in MMA. Big Gun Brian, no denying where he be and what he say. Word of my cappers, we speak facts from start to finish. What's the weight? The value boys, we showing love. CGI dub, it's Wednesday takes.
What's up? This special episode of Wednesday Takes. I haven't heard the Wednesday Takes theme song in a little bit. It's been a while since we've done an episode. This is episode 9. Welcome. Special episode to give you for you here. And God, dude, it just goes in. I've been meaning to contact him to get a new intro for the Pick'em show, for the main show, the MMA Takes main show, not the Wednesday Takes, but you know what I'm saying? Welcome. What's up with the what's up? Big episode here. We're doing the 1K giveaway. We're at 1K, baby. Woo, let's go. Thank you. Thank you. This is you doing that. Now, I'm going to explain why 1K is so important and why I'm making a big deal about it for numerous reasons. And this is probably the only milestone I will celebrate. I'm going to show some t-shirts that we're going to give away to 6 winners. And I'll show you how to, I'll explain how to do that. And we're going to do that right now. What am I talking about? Like, I have some stuff planned, but let's get right off the top. So first and foremost, thank you, every single one of you. Now I know we're gonna have some rascals, right? I think we're at 1,000 something. We're gonna have some rascals that might unsubscribe, and we're gonna be at like 998. But right now, boop, we're at 1K. So that's all that matters. And this is the number. This is the magical number YouTube has told you. I've emailed YouTube. They said, if you want to get paid for your stuff, which again, I'm not a money hungry guy, but if you want to get ads, you want to get some pennies on your hundreds of views, you got to get the 1K. If you want to get put in our very sophisticated algorithm, you got to get the 1K. So 1K opens up some doors. I feel like it's such a good number, and that's why we're celebrating. We're celebrating 1K. We reached it because of you people, because of you gorgeous people. Thank you very much. And listen, half of you, maybe less than half, more than half, whatever the number is, they might not know that I've been doing this a little bit. They might see, hey, this is the guy from Manic and Florian. He just started his own YouTube channel. Let's give him some love. No. Now, most of you probably heard this before. I'm sorry if I'm going to be repetitive, but I started back in, I got it written down here. January 23rd, 2008, almost 19 something. January 23rd, 2018 was the very first episode of MMA Takes podcast, and I implore, it's on iTunes. I implore you to go listen to it. It's very funny. The intro, everything is it's been a work in progress. Let's just say that, eh? And then 377 episodes in. This is my 378th episode of the podcast. 124 YouTube videos. So we're out here grinding, right? I was doing this for probably 4.5. So we're going on 5 years. So 4 years before any kind of recognition. I had just a very small niche group of people listening. And we had a little bit of growth. We had a little bit of setback, a little bit of growth. So I love everyone that's come along the ride. So thank you so much to everyone. I love doing this. I've never really been a super consistent guy in my life. I usually take something up, I quit it, take something up, quit it. That's kind of like what I've been doing, except in the MMA world. I've been obsessed. So when I started doing the podcast, became obsessed with that. And I haven't looked back. So in 5 years, almost 400 episodes, pretty fucking fun to do. Pretty cool to meet everyone. Pretty fucking awesome. We're going to keep growing. We're not going to stop at 1K, but 1K is important because I cared about 25 subscribers, and I definitely care about 1K. This channel, if it gets to 5K, 10K, 20K, fucking 50K, 100K, whatever it is, that's all could be great. And I'll definitely thank every single person that does that. But you guys are part of a special club, the 1K club. Club 1K is what you guys are a part of. So bing, these shirts, this shirt, front, back, is available to you. You can go purchase them. Link will be in the bio, but I'm giving these away to 6 winners. Very, very simple. The people that have been with me from day one, I'm going to ask 3 trivia questions about myself. pretty easy that you should probably know if you've been following along with me, you've been, whatever. You get those right. And if most people get them right, then I have to pick a name out of a hat. That's just the way it works. But if you get it right in the comments, you're getting a shirt. And then 3 random commenters are getting a shirt as well. So I'm giving away 6 shirts. These Club 1K shirts. Woo, I try to get one in for this show. Unfortunately, the place I order my shirts are very, very nice shirts. They're soft as shit, but shipping and getting them made is a little bit harder and longer than I would like. But either way, I'm going to ship these directly to you. No cost to you. All you got to do is hammer in the comments because you are special, exclusive Club 1K member. MMA Takes Club 1K. Be proud of yourself. Give yourself a hand. Club 1K is exclusive. There's only 1,000 of us. There's only fucking 1,000 of us. Club 1K. If I say it like that, it just, I'm turning a lot of people on. I'm sorry. The misophonia, whatever the fuck you say, the fucking ASMR. You guys are loving this shit. Okay. Put it away. Put that dick away. Okay. We're not here for that. So your boy's been grinding. John Anik gave me an incredible, John Anik, Kenny Florian, Cody. They gave me an incredible platform to expand this. This is what I want to do for a living. You guys jumped on my side, with the Anik and Florian as well, hopped over and it was like, hey, I kind of like what this fat face guy's doing. Let's pop over and see what he's got cracking. So I really appreciate that. Doesn't go unnoticed. Again, t-shirts. I was going to give some like MMA equipment. I think I even said some stuff from the shelves. Maybe I'll throw in something from the shelf I can't do that because the t-shirts getting shipped directly from. Anyway, I feel like these t-shirts are going to be suffice as opposed to some dusty thing off my shelf. Even though if you really want a Russian nesting doll or dad's best bod, I'll send it to you. Okay. I'll send it to you because I'm a nice guy. And it's because of you. Club 1K is because of you. It's exclusive. Don't tell anybody about it. All right. So here are the 3 trivia questions. One more time before we move past the 1K celebration. I keep talking about myself. First off, thank you. Second off, I'm going to ask 3 trivia questions about myself. Hit the comments with the answers. If you just need to get 1 right to be eligible to win a shirt. You get 3 right. That's great. Again, multiple winners. I have to pick a name from a hat. I'll do the drawing in a week. Let everyone kind of get commented because it's Thanksgiving's tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll talk about that in a minute. So we'll give everyone kind of like a week to get sorted. Now, if you don't know the answers, you just joined me. All you gotta do is comment something on the video. There's a lot to talk about in this video. So just comment anything. Can be whatever you want. And you're automatically entered to do the drawing. And then once you win, I'll comment on the video and I'll get you emails or whatever I got to do, DMs if you follow me on social media, and we'll do it, whatever. Get your address, send the shirts out, sizes, whatever. They're fucking soft. And just remember, it's exclusive. It's an exclusive club. All right, so trivia questions about me. Try to make this kind of easy. Question number one. How many kids do I have? How many beautiful children do I have? Question number one. Question number two. What was MMA Takes, the podcast? What was it before a podcast? Very short-lived, but this started something else before it became this fucking juggernaut of a podcast. What was MMA Takes before a podcast? I created MMA Takes in 2017, October 2017. So it's very, very short-lived before we jumped into the podcast. So question number two. Question number three. This one's a little tougher. I don't know if everyone's going to get it again. You don't have to get all these right to be eligible for the shirt. But which fighter have I lost the most money on? There's one fighter where I've lost 6 units on one bet. And that hurts. That's the most I've ever lost on a fight. So what fighter have I lost the most on? I believe I've talked about this a handful of times. If you don't know that one, sorry, whatever. It doesn't matter. All you got to do is get the other two. I pretty much think the other two are pretty easy if you at least follow. Now, for those people that have no idea what that is and go, hey, Moonface, I followed you over from Anik Florian. I don't know any of this shit. It's the first time listening to you. Just comment on the video. We got a lot to talk about. Speaking about talking about, let's talk about Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for you. Beautiful, beautiful. Hold on. That's on my teeth. That's gross, huh? That's exclusive 1K experience, picking stuff out of my teeth. I am thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for my beautiful family. I'm thankful for my health. I've been fucking running around with my mom doing hospital stuff. So I've been obviously thankful for my own health. But, this has to be discussed. I don't want to beat a dead horse here, okay? Every time during Thanksgiving, Barstool Sports, which I love Barstool, but Bleacher Report, everyone comes out and they come out with what's your favorite Thanksgiving food? What's your least favorite? And there's always a guy that's like, stuffing's the worst. I don't like turkey, blah, 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 right? And everyone has a different opinion. But listen, your hot take of I don't like turkey or stuffing isn't a hot take, bozo, okay? They're incredible, all right? Quit with the, I got a hot take. I don't like turkey so much. I eat ham. Shout out. That's not a hot take. Turkey's amazing. Thanksgiving is amazing. The food is good. Stuffing is good. When you get stuffing, I mean, I know Bob Evans has it, like, or Cracker Barrel has it like on their menu all year long, but I don't go to those places. Stuffing is Thanksgiving. The cranberry sauce is trash, but that's Thanksgiving. Okay, I'll eat a little bit of it and suck it down because it's Thanksgiving. So quit with your hot takes of Thanksgiving food is bad, because it's not. Now, here's my hot take. It might not even be that hot of a take. You tell me. Thanksgiving is not a top 3 holiday. I'm tired of the people going, my favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. No, it's not. It's Christmas. Or if you're not celebrate Christmas, it's not Thanksgiving. Guarantee it's not. Quit saying that. Say Christmas, because you get stuff and you give stuff. That's your favorite holiday. Quit saying Thanksgiving. It's ridiculous, right? My favorite holiday in order. Top 3 holidays. Christmas doesn't crack, Thanksgiving doesn't crack top 3. Number 1, Christmas. Number 2, Halloween. Number 3, now I'm freezing. What was number 3? What? Was it Thanksgiving? Maybe it was Thanksgiving. God damn, I just had a whole rant. Now I just ruined it. Damn. Number 1, number 2 are Halloween, or Christmas and Halloween, for sure. Especially having kids. A little more podcast juice here, boys. Speaking of that, real quick, I'm off topic here. We can get off that since I butchered the Thanksgiving topic. Thanksgiving is a so-so holiday. Christmas is the best holiday. Halloween is second. Not a New Year's guy. People probably put New Year's in there. Not a New Year's guy. Every New Year's Eve I've ever had has been bad. When I was a single man, it was like, I'm old, so I had to wait for cabs. But anyway, back to what I was going to say. So Luke Thomas, you guys know Luke Thomas, right? He speaks these huge words and he's very proper and right? The only guy to block me on Twitter. And I don't know what it was. I'm not a troll. I didn't cuss at him. I was disagreeing with a topic he was tweeting about, and then boom, blocks me, right? Still to this day, I'm blocked. I follow Morning Combat, his show, Brian Campbell, who I love, BC, on Instagram, and Luke video popped up. He's talking about something. He was talking about a topic or whatever. I'm sure you've seen the videos. And in the video, he was drinking a fucking Mountain Dew. He was drinking a hillbilly coffee. He was drinking podcast juice. And I said, this fucking golden, velvety vocabulary, smarter than you guy drinking it. And it wasn't a diet. It was fully loaded. It was leaded, right? Mountain Dew heavy. And I said, holy shit, maybe Luke Thomas and I have a lot more in common than I think. We both do the do, baby. Unblock me, Luke Thomas. Let's be friends, right? You're going to have to dumb down your language for me. You're going to have to take it easy on those words, but let's be friends. Anyway, I butchered the top 3 thing. Thanksgiving, not a top 3 holiday. Get over it. All right, betting recap real quick over the last few events. Slime ball's been a little hot. So 2 weeks in a row, slime ball has been pretty hot, little Larry David. So let me see the last time I won a slime ball, because it was cold for a while, boys. All right, so last time I won a slime ball before this little run was October 15th. We hit Mennefield and we hit Tashiro Taira, right? We had Askarov, but that fight got canceled. So that was October 15th. Some losers here. Fucking Mark Madsen, 20 goddamn seconds on November 5th. November 12th, this was the 3 slime ball leg. This was the pay-per-view. We hit Olberg, Frivola, and Montel Jackson, plus 4-4-4-4. 4-4-4-4. There's a guy in Cincinnati. His name's Blake Maislin. 4-4-4, 4-4-4-4-4-4-4. Call Blake Maislin. He's like an attorney if you get like in a car wreck. And his billboards have like boxing gloves on it and stuff. I kicked that guy's ass. Blake Maislin. 4-4-4. Shut up. Anyway, Nailed that. Missed on Izzy. Izzy dropped me in that 5th round. Missed on the Mig 1 Super Bowl. And then last week, boys, we crushed another one last week on a kind of a weaker card. We gets it done. Jack Della Maddalena. Guy's a fucking stud. Future of that division. Hopefully he fights in perf. He said it best. That's a long way to get your ass kicked, babe. That's a long way to come to get your ass kicked, and he ain't lying. Flying all the way to Perth to fight Jack Della Maddalena. No, thank you. Take a pass on at 170. That kid's a beast. Miles John, squeak one out. And then Charles Johnson really squeaked one out. People were hitting me up because I celebrate the slime ball. I had my daughter's birthday Saturday, so I actually watched this later. And I just tweeted out. It's the only bet I made. And I tweeted out the slime ball cash, whatever. People are like, yeah, but you don't think Charles Johnson won, really? And it's like, you got to play it. Because people lose money, and I am sympathetic about that. But listen, I'm not a judge, and I've been on the wrong end of decisions. I've lost money on decisions. So when I get one going my way, it's a very close fight. I have to rewatch it again. I've only watched it once. I don't think I scored it for him, if I'm being honest with you. But if I'll take the bounce. This is a game of bounces, babe. I'll take the fucking bounce. Tell you what, podcast juice always tastes better when you don't have to work tomorrow. It tastes almost better when you don't have to work tomorrow. So yeah, slime ball's 2 weeks in a row hot now. I'm already diving in for next week's card. December 3rd is an absolute banger. It is a fight night. December's loaded up. January, they're starting to load up right now. We'll get to the fight announcements in a minute. The big thing that I think I got to talk about is the James Krause situation. And I labeled the James Krause situation, even though he is not a guilty party. I want to make that very clear. He is not guilty. He's not found of doing anything illegal, shady, whatever. There's a lot of crazy circumstances going around this. I've been told to address it. I've kind of tweeted a few things out, called him a scumbag. That's if it's true. Some people think James and I have beef, or James has beef with me because he was on the Anakin flooring before me and I kind of slid in. But the situation was John and Kenny are incredibly busy. Ray's busy. James is incredibly busy. It was super hard for them to kind of link up all the time when needed to record. I'm not busy, right? Especially on the weekends. I can record whenever. So that's kind of what it was. And he started his own podcast, whatever. So to catch you up, Derek Minner fought Shannon Nornabecki, and the line movement was crazy. We talked about it on Anakin Florian. And I was wrong. I'm not an expert in this on these matters. I said this wasn't a couple thousands, a couple 100,000 is what I said on the Anakin Florian. It was a big money. Someone in the comments corrected me, and then a friend of mine who works in the sports betting industry, who was a bookmaker, he said, no, this is a couple million. This is a big deal. This isn't just a couple thousand. This is a scandal. This is going to be fraud. This charges are going to be brought on someone. So it became a huge deal, so I was wrong on the level of money that was being placed on this. But essentially an hour or two before the fight, the line jumped. And not only did the line jump in favor of Shailin Nornbecki, but it also jumped to him to win in the first round, him to win under 2.5. All the props were getting steamed. It was absolutely madness. And it turns out, find out Derek Minner went in with a blown knee, pre-existing injury, threw a kick, blew it, and then threw another kick, and then basically was over in the first round. So fingers are immediately starting porting. Now, the line movement, the one thing I do know is some shady shit did go down. Who was involved? I have no idea, right? But someone knew something, and that line movement isn't just regular activity. There was some suspicious shit going on. And apparently, a lot of those bets didn't get placed, but either way, the way the line moved and jumped, that's so abnormal, I should say, that clearly some shady shit went on. Now, again, who was involved, I don't know. Now, the reason everyone's pointing at James Krause, not only because he's Derek Minner's coach, but because he runs a podcast. Now, he runs a betting podcast with a guy, and I can't remember the guy's name on the top of my head now, who is notorious. Now, I wouldn't say famous, notorious MMA Twitter. He's apparently has dicked some people over money. He used to sell picks. He used to sell, and he took some people's money for a couple $1,000 or whatever. This is all allegedly. This is all secondhand. But he partnered with him to do the podcast. Now, James went on the podcast and said he's made more money doing gambling than he ever has his coaching and MMA career, which is alarming because he's been fighting for a while, and he coaches like fucking 50 fighters. I realize coaches have 10%, but he also owns the gym. So that was kind of a staggering thing. And then the big shady thing, the thing that I think is very unethical is the account takeovers, which any major book, if they know you're doing account takeovers, they'll shut you down. So basically, he has a Discord where members come in and he says, you load up your account and they prefer to be offshore, $5,000, whatever. We take over your account. We place all your bets. It doesn't have to be MMA. It's all sports gambling, every sport. We place all your bets and we guarantee ROI, guarantee return on investment, which is crazy because it's sports gambling. Return on investment in sports gambling is nuts. It's very, very hard to make money in this game. Very, very hard. And they're using the G word. They're guaranteeing money, which I don't love the account takeover. It might be a common practice. I don't like that shit. I don't like selling picks. You know, my stance on that. These guys sell picks. Now, the guy that he does a podcast with, or the guy that, like, God, hit me in the comments if you know his name. I should have written his name down. He placed $2 million in Damon Onama. When Damon Onama fought Nate Landwehr, he went on the podcast and said, I'm $2 million in. We're loading up. This is $2 million, $2 million, $2 million, blah, blah, blah. Now, to find a book to place a $2 million bet is almost impossible. I don't know many books that will take $2 million action singly. It had to have been spread out. There's ways to be done, whatever. Either way, Onama lost, right? And like your classic tout salesman, he downplayed it. Now we had it covered. We hedged out. He didn't take the L. He didn't wear the L, even though all week he was saying he's got 2 million. This isn't Krause, by the way. This is Krause's, whoever he's associated with. Wouldn't take the L. We got it covered. We made our money back. We're good. We're good. We're good. That's why I don't like these touts, and I don't like that. They always have a way out. They always have a way of spinning it, because if they just sit there and take their L's, guess what? They lose customers, and people are paying them to get winners, I guess. And if you sit there and go, shit, I lost, people are going to be like, well, then you're not getting my money. Give me my money back. They can't do that. So the guy that Krause is associated with is a shady dude, but that doesn't mean Krause is. That doesn't mean Krause did anything immoral. He's getting fingers pointed at him. He's getting suspended because he's a high figure guy, right? They probably looked in the New Jersey Athletic Commission or whatever it is. They looked into his background. They probably saw the Discord stuff, and they're like, all right, we got to remove this guy until we know what's going on. Dana came out and kind of blew it off, and I understand why he blew it off. He's got very powerful partners in the sports gambling industry. This is an ugly stain on the sports gambling, in my opinion, especially when coach is involved. If he's involved, they've already banned fighters from betting on it. But there's numerous ways this could happen. Family members could have knew about the injury and loaded up. Derek Minner could have tipped someone off. There's a lot of innocent people, a lot of guilty people. Unfortunately, James Krause is getting the finger pointed at him because of what he does with the gambling side, with the podcast, with the Discord, with whatever. He's going to get some allegations thrown his way. Now, again, I have no idea how true this is, how whatever. James has been awfully quiet. I've been monitoring his Twitter and his Instagram to see if he's made a statement. I think ESPN reached out to him a while ago, and he declined to make a comment. He got pulled from Miles John's corner. That's when he learned about UFC, said, hey, there's a lot of heat on you right now. We're going to take you away for a little bit. You know, and then the New Jersey people have banned everybody, anyone taking bets with him involvement, promoter, fighter, coach, whatever. So listen, I think he's just he's right now he's getting all the heat because there's no one else to get heat for him, and hopefully for his sake he gets his name cleared. And he didn't do this because it's an ugly stain on sports gambling. It's an ugly stain on the sport, obviously. Not to mention James Krause's wife and kids, right? And if he did get caught doing this, if this is him, and this is fraud, this is fucking jail. This isn't pay the money back. This is pay the money back. You're going to jail for a couple months, maybe whatever it is. So I don't ever want anyone to go to jail. I'm terrified of prison, you know. So I don't want anyone to fucking do that. So not good, whoever's involved. But there could be literally any amount of people that had this information about Minner could have been involved. Everyone's pointing at Krause. Don't know if it was Krause. Let's wait for the facts to come out. The one thing I do know is someone got tipped off about some information, and some shady shit went on, because it's proof. It's right there. Numbers don't lie. Ball don't lie. Numbers don't lie. Okay? Ball don't lie. Numbers don't lie. All right, let's do some fight announcements, and then we're going to get to the Twitter question. We'll end with the Twitter question, which I had a lot of fun with. A couple little fight announcements and then some bad news. Islam Volk in February in Australia. Love it. I love what Alexander Volkanovski is saying. Islam is a guy that not many people are going to bet against. But the way the way Volkanovski's handling this and saying all the right things at the press conference I had a couple days ago and just saying, I'm hard to get down. I'm even harder to hold down. When I get back up, because I will, then we're going to see how well-rounded he is on the feet, because he's going to have to deal with me on the feet. And, he works with Craig Jones in Australia. He's an incredible grappler. Craig Jones is the only guy. A lot of jiu-jitsu guys, high-level jiu-jitsu guys, dismiss the Dagestanians, dismiss their skills, dismiss what they do. Craig Jones is trying to figure it out. He goes, they're great top position. Jiu-jitsu guys typically will be okay being on the bottom because that's like, that's what they do to jiu-jitsu. But he goes, we need to adapt. We need to figure out, we need to get on top of these guys. So he's in Volk's corner, which he's going to work with Volk to, which is great. But man, I'm so interested in fighting. I usually don't like these crossover fights, like, someone being champ, whatever. But I think Volkanovski's deserved it. I don't really think anyone at 145 right now is going to fucking give him a fight worthy of this. I think Islam's the biggest challenge. And he's a guy that wants to stay active, Volkanovski. He'll fight both divisions. You know what I mean? He'll do 55. He'll do 45. He'll bounce back between. I believe this guy. I love Volkanovski. It's a tough fight for him. I'm so curious how that fight goes, because right now I'm just lapping up everything Volkanovski's saying. Every time he cracks a microphone, I'm like, oh, this guy's got it figured out. This guy's got it figured out. But man, that's a good fight. Interim title shot for the 145-pound title. Yair versus Josh Emmett. How the fuck does Arnold Allen not get this? It should be Arnold Allen, Josh Emmett. I mean, I know Yair's coming off a Brian Ortega win with the armbar, whatever, broke his shoulder, whatever the fuck. But Arnold Allen looks so good. And could Arnold not turn around this quick or whatever? Because I believe it's on the same card in February. So I don't think that'd be that big of an issue unless he's banged up. But Josh Emmett, Yair for the interim title. I like it. I don't love it. Should be Allen and Emmett, which would be in a better fight, in my opinion. But, Yair's huge. And in Mexico, he's a big star. He's an exciting guy. They're giving him a shot. He's been kind of flirting with him forever. Early lean on that fight is probably Emmett, and I never picked Josh Emmett, so that probably means Yair's going to fucking win. The one time I fucking load up on Josh Emmett, if I do load up on him, just say maybe. We got till February. Fucking Yair's going to spinning kick out of his ass and knock him out. What the fuck? What are we going to do? What are we going to do when that happens? Brian? So, and then Chimaev calling Pereira out. Chimaev calling everyone out. He wants to fight Pereira on December 10th. Do you see Pereira weighs like 230 right now? Just got in a 5-round war. Incredible comeback. Got the title. And Chimaev thinks he's the big boss now. Thinks he's calling the shots. Let's go December 10th. Huh? It's 2 weeks away. 3 weeks away. Whatever. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Then he wants to fight him in Brazil or whatever when they go to Brazil in January. Can the guy get a little victory lap? That weight cut ain't easy for him. Right? I think Izzy's got dibs. If Izzy wants next, if he wants a break, you slide someone in there. And then I think Whitaker's got it. I mean, listen, I like Chimaev and everything. Chimaev, at this point, needs to fight Covington. He's calling everyone out. That's an easy path in his mind to victory. Fight a guy that has no grappling. I'll go take him down, smash him out, win the title. But he's got, 1 or 2 wins at 185. Impressive wins. Jared Mushkart's impressive win. John Phillips wasn't so much. But, I mean, fight Colby, fight someone else. You're not getting a shot right away. I know he's a huge star and the UFC is pushing him. And I wouldn't be shocked if that is the next fight for Pereira. But I got to imagine it goes Izzy. If Izzy wants to chill a little bit, you go Whitaker. And then maybe Chimaev. But again, 85. I mean, he hasn't really done much at 85. But the balls on this guy, like, what the fuck? Hey, December 10th, me and you, title. I already did my part or whatever the fuck he tweeted out. What? There's no way you signed a contract that the UFC offered you for December 10th. There is no way. Maybe the next topic is Yuri's out and Glover's out. New main event for the Vegas UFC 282 that I'm going to. I'm a big Yuri guy. Yuri Glover 1 was an incredible fight. One of my all-time favorite fights. rematch, run it back, and Yuri's shoulders just mush, blew it out, needs surgery, out for a year, whatever. Glover apparently turned down the interim shot, or not the interim, the fucking title. Yuri goes, I'm going to be out for a year. I'm not holding up the division. He vacated the belt. And they gave it to, obviously, Glover's like, you want to fight Jan? You want to fight Ankalaev? And Glover apparently said no. So I got to imagine he might have been injured. Maybe he's respecting Yuri. Glover knows this is his last fight. He goes, I want to go against that guy, which is a typical Glover move to be like, no. I want to go against that guy. He got the best of me last time. I don't care if it's for a title or not. This is my last fight. That's who I'm fighting. I respect the fuck out of it. So now we got Jan Blachowicz versus Magomed Ankalaev for the main event. Now that's an okay main event. It's not Yuri Glover. I will be in attendance. I haven't drank alcohol in quite some time just because it just doesn't agree with me. It's not like I have a problem or anything. I have a problem getting sick. But, that's why alcohol is invented, to make fucking things fun when they're not. God damn it. Now, in all seriousness, they could have fucking CM Punk fight every fight. I'm in floor seats on Vegas. I'm going to gamble on every single goddamn fight. I'm going to have a blast. It sucks. The main event's gone. Jan versus Ankalaev is going to be fun. But I mean, I really want to see Yuri in person. I've seen pretty much like all these great fighters that I really love in person besides Connor, which I fucking could have secured tickets in Boston when he fought Dennis Seaver, and then I didn't want to drive there or fly there because I'm a bitch. So I missed out on seeing Connor live. But other than that, I've pretty much have seen everyone live that I want to, and Yuri was on that bucket list. And then boom, what are you gonna do? Blew his shoulder out. He probably, if he did it like trying to knock over a tree with his shoulder, they said he did it wrestling. Wrestling with what? Fucking bear, alligator, or crocodile? What are you wrestling with, Yuri? You know what I mean? It hurts. It hurts because I want to see that very, very much. But maybe that's what Chimaev was referring to. Maybe they offered him some kind of main event for the 10th because they knew Yuri was out. But you can't throw Pereira in there. Yeah, fight Pereira at 220 pounds, right? I mean, Chimaev probably will do it. He's nuts. But all right, Twitter question. Let's get to it. Now I'm going to answer these honestly. Tail the tape, right? You're going to see me on screen right there. 6'2", 278, fucking beef cake right now, okay? Caked up. And I'm going to be fighting numerous celebrities that you guys have tweeted out to me, Instagram me, whatever, in a real fight. Let's just say octagon in an MMA fight, not street fight in an MMA fight. I pose that question. Which non-fighter celebrity do you think could take me? And it was very funny. Some people were like, no offense. And you don't have to say no offense. This is all fun, right? We'll get the ball started. Someone said Betty White. R.I.P. I love you, Betty White. You were an amazing woman. You were 98 years old, lived a wonderful life, cared about animals, which I think is admirable. You're funny. You were talented. And I would fucking just murder her. I mean, it's, come on. Betty White in her prime Golden Girl years, still, it's over. She's a woman, right? That's a dub. Someone said Halle Berry. That's another dub, right? Halle Berry's in her 50s. She looks gorgeous. Again, I would never hit a woman. So maybe it could be L's because if we got in the cage, I would never hit her. But let's just say it is a competition. I'm going to have to fight him. Halle Berry's a very small woman, very attractive. I take it easy on her. Probably take her down and submit her. But yeah, that's a fucking dub. That's a dub for me as well. Betty White, dub. Halle Berry, dub. Ed O'Neill, a.k.a. Al Bundy. Someone threw this one at me because Ed O'Neill is a black belt. I respect that. He's a good-sized guy. A lot of actors are very small. He's a pretty good-sized guy. From Ohio, Youngstown, Ohio, I believe, up north. But he's like 70, right? And he's a black belt, and and if he gets to the ground, he could probably put me in a pretzel, choke me out, break my arm, whatever. 100%. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But he's 70, so I don't think he's getting it to the ground. And I think I'm piecing him up on the feet. I think I'm fucking him up. You know what I mean? I can't believe I'm thinking this long about a 7-year-old man, but he is a black belt. I'm taking the dub over Al Bundy. Okay, Ed O'Neill, sorry, I love you. Taking the dub over you. Hasbulla. I love Hasbulla. I know he's A grown man, 19, 20, looks like a little kid, has that, that disease or whatever it is riding with it. Seems like a funny dude, successful guy, seems like a good guy. I love the videos of him. He makes me laugh so much. I could never hit. This probably says a lot about me because I just said I would beat Betty White and Holly Berry. I couldn't hit Hasbulla. I just couldn't. That's going to be an L. I'll take the L in Hasbulla. But if we're being honest, I'd fucking punt him into the fucking upper deck if we got in the cage together, okay? I'd punt him in the fucking rafter. But I love Hasbulla. So, no, I'm going to take the L on that one. I'll take the L on that one. Someone put out Jay Gruden. Jay Gruden, the former assistant coach of the Bengals, head coach of the Commanders. It used to be the Redskins. We don't say that. He's been around. John Gruden's brother. And then John Gruden has a brother or a son named Deuce Gruden. You ever seen this fucking guy? Jacked to the gills. I would fuck all the Grudens up. I've seen Jay Gruden in person. We live in Cincinnati. Not a big guy. Angry face. Just constantly angry face. I'd fuck him up. I'd fuck John Gruden up. Deuce Gruden, little tiny ball of muscle, fucking him up. Those are dubs. What's that? Mel Gibson. Yeah, Mel Gibson. Old yeah. Mel Gibson, Lethal Weapon was a crazy, but he's small. He's a small guy. That's a big dub for me. A lot of people wrote Ariel Helwani. Come on. Don't insult me. Before the fight starts, Helwani's nose is breaking. Come on. I'd fuck Helwani up quick. That's a big dub. Steven Seagal, who I called out a lot. I'm fucking him up too. Again, 60-something years old. He's a 20-degree black belt in Aikido with the wrist locks and shit. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm socking that dude in his face once, breaking his yellow glasses. He's dead. Cutting his ponytail off. Hanging on my fucking wall. Steven Seagal, big dub. Guy Fieri, Flavortown, Ohio guy. Born in Ohio. I know he reps Cali, but his family's from Ohio, Columbus area, I believe. That's a dub. That's a dub. I love Guy Fieri. I do. I know it's fun to make fun of him and stuff. My wife and I watch Diners and Drive-Ins and Dives quite often. It's really good. Just, we're on our phones. It's on the TV. It's a good show. But that's a big dub over Guy Fieri. Joe Rogan. I thought a lot about this. I've been asked about this at work, And by the way, for people who don't know, I have trained before. Yada. But anyway, Joe Rogan's in his 50s. He's small. He's 5'8", but he's wide. Jiu-jitsu on point. I've seen a video years ago where he grappled a dude from MySpace and obliterated him. He's on all kinds of, allegedly on some steroids, some TRT, whatever. He's in incredible shape, thick boy, big guy, even though he's not tall. And then, he's Taekwondo black belt. I've seen videos where he sparred with John Wayne Parr and his hands looked a little, So if we're keeping it standing, I'm Gucci, I think, because I'm bigger and I'll just, just keep distance and shit. But if we hit the ground, I think I'm fucked. So that's an L. I think Rogan gets me. Even though he's 15, he's not as big as I am. I think that's an L for your boy. John Morgan, I love you. MMA junkie, MMA underground, legend, blue shirt. First question, John Morgan. You can outdrink me any day of the week, but if it came to and I never would because I like this guy so much. But if we stepped in the cage together, I'm taking that dub. Dan Aykroyd, which was such a funny one, dub. I don't, that's a dub. Jonah Hill. Here's the thing. Someone said Jonah Hill. No offense, Jonah Hill. Low-key Jonah Hill. So, as you know, I've already previously mentioned this podcast that I have been doing this a long time. I did an episode with a buddy of mine where we played Bean Boozle and we asked questions about ourselves and the loser had to eat a gross bean. It's on this YouTube channel, way ago. It's on Apple Podcasts, I believe. And I asked him what celebrity would play me in the movie. He said Jonah Hill, right? And I got offended by that, because I'm a dead ringer for Leo DiCaprio. You know what I mean? Jonah Hill's small. He's a small guy. He's very small. He's chubby. Him and I, similar features in the face, fat face, but no, I'm fucking Jonah Hill up big time. Denzel Washington. Prime Denzel Washington, they said. I think I'm fucking him up. I know Denzel Washington, no, you know what? I'll take the L. Denzel Washington, one of my favorite actors of all time. Top 3 favorite actors. I'm taking that L because I like Denzel Washington. Tom Hardy. This was one that got posed to me. Tom Hardy, great at jiu-jitsu. I actually saw him in person not too long ago, believe it or not. He's filming a movie in Cincinnati. I had to make a delivery to this production office is right by where I work at. It was like my first stop. I walk in there. It's like 6 a.m. and go to the floor and they're like, hey, can you put this over by the desk? Whatever. So I walk over by the desk. He's sitting on the couch with a coat on, reading a book, eating chocolate covered, what looked like chocolate covered coffee beans, right? And he was very small. This is my wife's like number one guy. She wants to bang this guy. I know he looked huge in Bane. He was very small. I know he's a blue belt, brown belt in jiu-jitsu. He's hitting up all the jiu-jitsu schools in Cincinnati. Apparently, he's like incredibly nice guy. Everyone loves him. I'm taking that dub. I'm fucking Tom Hardy up. He's way too small. Don't think he gets me down. So the final ones are actually some really good ones. Jason Statham. I'm Jason Statham. That's my best impression I could ever do. I'm Jason Statham. The Transporter. This guy's got some moves. Apparently, he's like a real badass. Good fight for me, I think. I think this is going to be a good one. This is where I would probably use my size and take him down. I'm taking the dub over Jason Statham, and I'm being serious with this. So now the final ones. Chris Hemsworth, Thor. I've seen him hit pads. He's huge. He's in shape. He gets that over me. That's an L. That's an L. I take an L on Chris Hemsworth. He was cracking those pads when I saw him. The dude's tough. He grew up with brothers. He's been beat up before. He's got that dog in him. He's incredibly athletic, young enough, a little bit older than me. I'm taking that out. Chris Hemsworth gets me. Michael B. Jordan. I hate boxing movies because it usually looks so fake. Creed movies, he looks pretty good. He looks ripped up. Now, muscles don't mean shit. Muscles don't mean anything. But Michael B. Jordan, I don't know if I could take him down because he seems like a strong kid, right? Boxing, he looks good on the screen. I don't know how big he is, though. I haven't looked it up. I don't think he's huge. He's got some muscles, but what's his height? What's his weight? But I'm gonna say I'm gonna have a bad night. That's an L. Give me an L for Michael B. Jordan. Okay. Now the final one, which I got quite often, The Rock. Now, this one is something that I get brought up a lot. Now, I made a claim years ago to my really good friends in the group chat that any non-fighter under 205 pounds, and maybe it was even 220 at the time, I could beat in a fight because they're soccer fans. And there was a soccer guy that's like really tough. He's like the tough guy in the field in European soccer. And I said, how much does he weigh? That guy, 180 pounds. I said, I fuck him up. And they're like, no. And then we got in a big argument. It was very funny. The Rock is huge. Close to 300 pounds, 6'4", 6'5". But that doesn't mean you can fight. Anybody who go look up Dave Bautista's MMA fight, I mean, the guy almost lost. Anybody look up Bobby Lashley's fight, who has a wrestling background, his stand-up's trash, right? The Rock looks great on screen. He's huge. He's on every kind of, allegedly, he's on every kind of thing you want to take. But controversially, I'm taking The Rock, man. I'm getting it done in an MMA fight. I got the age on him. And if it happens right now, he wins because I'm out of shape. Okay? Okay? Happens right now. Give me 3 months. I'm taking him. 3 months, I'm taking him. Pay-per-view, main event. Let's go. I'm taking him. So my overall record's pretty good. I took a couple dubs, took a couple L's. I feel really bad saying I beat up Halle Berry and Betty White and not Hasbulla. That makes me seem like the biggest sexist in the world. Halle Berry is gorgeous. Betty White's amazing, but, I'm a fucking piece of shit, I guess. Guess I'm a piece of shit. So that was a lot of fun. All right, listen. Follow me on all social media at Brian Petrie MMA. If you are going to be selected for the t-shirt, again, watch the beginning of the video. You will know how to win a t-shirt. If you're going to be selected for a t-shirt, if you follow me on social media, let me know. I can DM you that way. Or we can exchange emails and I'll get your address, size, whatever, and send those out to you. Club 1K. It's exclusive. Fucking thank you for everything, guys. Appreciate it. Let's go.